Today I'm going to talk about how to teach kids about investing and why so many people start way too late. I mean, heck, some boomers don't even do investing yet. As a kid, if you want to be a millionaire, stay tuned. The three specific things we're going to talk about in this video is how early you should start and the concepts of what to start and at what age. Number two, we're going to add some concepts around investing in the stock market and just basic stocks, basic things that you're using right now that your kids would love to invest in. We're going to let them choose. And then number three, how to keep their attention so they're managing and overseeing and watching their money grow. And there's just some simple tools that I'm going to share with you that you're going to be so excited by. Say, if it was this easy for me, I wish I would have learned it when I was a kid. That's how I want you. If you're an adult watching this video, that's how I want you ending, saying, oh, how come I don't know this now? And if you're a kid, go get your mom and dad and say, I want to start investing right now. And you can start with as little as 25 bucks. So let's begin. So it's just absolutely critical that you start basic concepts of the house. Now, I have a Millionaire Maker game who, of course I love it, but it's a little more advanced. It's for your kids that are 8, 9, 10, and clearly into teenagers. But a little bit younger, and there's kids' versions of Monopoly. And I'm still a huge fan of Monopoly. It was just such a great game about how to look and buy real estate and how to mortgage if you need to and how to start feeling and talking about money. It gives you a forum, parents, to talk about money. And kids, if mom and dad aren't talking about money, go get a Monopoly game, order out of their Amazon account, put it at your kitchen table. You got to start talking about money and investing at the kitchen table. You can grow up into the cash flow game. Sharon Lecter has a Thrive Time game. There's plenty of games about it. The Millionaire Maker game that I built off my Millionaire Maker book is comprehensive. So again, probably 8, 9, 10. But the games provide a place for financial literacy. And in my game, the cash flow game, a few other games, you start with the P&L and balance sheet. See, a lot of things about money that kids learn, and even you as parents, you think that money just comes from a job. And if you need more money, you get another job. See, I want to break that pattern for you and your family, and that being an entrepreneur is how the money's made, and it's a more secure way to know that you can control your future. When this pandemic hit in 2020, over 14 million people lost their job. Now, how secure was that? They were just furloughed, maybe to come back, maybe to not come back. And a lot of them decided to be, on unemployment as a new way of life. Sorry, not a fan, right? I was with an Uber driver just yesterday, and he's from Mexico. He built an amazing life here in the United States. And he said, Loral, there's no excuse for anybody being poor. They're not poor, they're lazy. And I kind of have to agree. If you want to be wealthy and you want to live a successful life, you want to have generational wealth, which is what I really, really love to teach you about, is build it and let it flow for generations so they have the money and they have the capital and they have the knowledge that we didn't have growing up. It's pivotal. So you start at the kitchen table, you start conversations, you start, the 21st century lemonade stand. What can we do to make more money? You never say in your household you can't afford it. It's, well, what can we do to afford it? And then as you make money, you start putting money away. Investing is critical. Most of your behaviors, most parents' behavior is make it, spend it, make it, spend it. You want to change that pattern to make it, invest it. Now, I have a couple strategies that can start immediately and for free. So at the end, I'm going to give you an app, right? A very cool app. I own a portion of it. I've been a shark since before Shark Tank gave us a name. I love investing in companies. I invested in this one. I love this one. I have my money, my kids' money. It's an easy app that allows kids to understand the stock market, but not have to watch it all the time, right? It's called iFlip. I'll give you that app. It's for free from me at the end of the video. But what you want to start doing is start the money generating ideas. What could you do to make money? What you could do to generate money at all times. So I have other videos that I'm going to actually put the links in the description that will link you to how to get your kids to start businesses, how to make fast cash, all those kind of videos. I've done tons and tons of kids work. So I'm going to click away to those videos. I want you to stay right here and really think about the investing of the money. Because right now, the best thing you could do for your kids, and I developed with my daughter at 12 years old, a financial filing cabinet for kids, that of all the money you make, you put 50% away for future investments. And it's just a great rule. The kids don't need to spend that much money. So if you're through our Never Pay Your Kids an Allowance program, making $100 a month, you're putting $50 at least into an investment. You're taking the other $50 for long and short-term purchases and some charity if you so choose to put that into your model, which I'm a huge fan of putting. So other basic concepts that you can just begin talking about right away are just other assets. You're driving down the street. Start looking around and saying, somebody owns every piece of real estate and someone owns every business inside this real estate. So what real estate would we want to own as a family? What real estate would you like to own? And what businesses would you like to own? And now let's go to the two concepts that immediately could get your kids started in stock trading. And if you use the app that I'm going to give you at the end of this video, you could just pick some stocks and start going. So what's the obvious things your kids are doing right now? Well, they might be watching Hulu. They might be using Zoom. They might be doing Netflix. They're probably buying things on Amazon. Do they like Disney products, right? Do you want to invest in Disneyland? Do they like going on cruise ships? Or maybe that's a dream of theirs and they want to invest in a cruise ship because that's just a stock they want to own. Maybe they like cars and they want to buy some gas and oil stocks. So have a conversation about businesses that allow people to buy shares of their stock on the market and how they can invest in them. So once you get the iFlip app, you can start picking some of those stocks and then let the app and the software do its magic. So you, on the mornings that you're not getting up, if the market moves too much, you're not going to lose your money. I want high protection of this kid's money. So they're going to make it and put at least 50% away. Now, I want your kids thinking about bigger future assets. So as they're stockpiling cash into the app, into the software, maybe they want to buy some real estate. And this, parents, is where I make my kids millionaires. So you go buy the real estate, right? If you are working and this is all new to you, you can take a loan out of a 401k. Mortgages are everywhere right now. You could qualify for a mortgage. If you don't, maybe somebody at work, or you can find a partner and put that into a company. And that company qualifies for a mortgage. Guess what? As your kids become 18, they could become partners of that LLC in real estate. But as they grow up, and this is what I did, as my kids grew up and I bought real estate and I knew it was in the LLC that they were going to then at 18 partner and join that LLC with me, I talked about it. I remember when Logan was little, being in Oklahoma City, he was still in diapers, and I remember sitting this huge cloth out and sat him with a whole bucket of paint, and he would paint the lower part of a wall in one of the rehabs we were doing. And he knew that was his house, and he knew that was his fourplex, and he knew that was his apartment. I remember him swimming in the pool of a huge apartment complex. That was the kind of treat, adult bribe, for keeping him kind of working. He's probably 4 or 5 at that age. I said, when we're all done with the day, you can go swim in the pool. And I remember him jumping in the pool, and some other kids from the apartments came and said, oh, are you new and moving in? And I remember him totally out of the mouths of babes saying, no, I own this place. I think it was 4 or 5. It was hysterical. So you can teach your kids a completely different thinking. And why not? If you're living in a rental now, make it a goal to go own a duplex and a fourplex so you can rent out the rest. But be in these conversations about how assets work. Real estate, I love. I love laundromats. I bought laundromats when my kids were little. What a great, fun asset where they can count the coins and they can take the coins to the bank, and they understand that 50%. I remember Logan got, a washer and a dryer, one of those big mega ones. So all the coins out of there, he got to keep 50%, and he put 50% into his investment accounts. So I'm talking young families. So if you're out there and you're making money, kids, you say, well, I don't want it for later. You do. You want to buy a car later. You might want to go to college later. You might want to buy a business later. You might want to move out. So you're going to need something to go move into. So why not move into the very property that mom and dad bought when you were younger? So I want a very different conversation in your household about how do you make it, how do you invest it, and what's next for you and your family. So before we go on, I want you to share some stories, right? Things that you might want to do for those of you who haven't begun this conversation of investing in your household. And those of you who have begun, even if there are horror stories and it didn't work out and you're kind of resistant because of it, I want all stories, the good, the bad, and the interesting. Share some stories, make some comments, and let's be in a conversation here on this channel. Through the comments, you can take those ideas and bring them into your own household, whether it's the 21st century lemonade stand to how you're going to invest your money. And before you leave, please, every person in your family needs the iFlip app. So I want you to go to the description, click on the link below. I want you to get the app to the software. I want you to open up an account for all of them. For you parents, you're going to have custodian accounts for your kids. So know that you're putting the money away for the kids, but let the kids be involved. Show them the stocks. Show them what's coming as digital currency portfolios. Show them that as they make money, they want to put it away. The last big tip, get a compounding calculator, right? They're all over the internet. So they're in a variety of forms, but a compounding calculator, and just say your kid puts $100 a month away or $200 a month away at an average of 10%. Calculate that out 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and show them how many hundreds of thousands of dollars they will have put away if they just have the discipline and persistence to start today.